Bruce, deep down you may still be that same bright kid you used to be. But it's not who you are underneath. It's what you do that defines you.
is going on here? What is going on? Let's get this thing rocking. Sorry for the wait here. Okay, I know that I was supposed to be. I didn't stream on Monday. I was at a meeting, and then obviously Tuesday morning I was also missed. I got a couple messages about that. My flight got delayed. So this week, back at it. Okay, looking to obviously return here. We got some big things in the works. You know, obviously, with what's going on with the event, we have the big event coming up. Signals have been hitting left and right. Obviously, if you're in the Discord, you've been seeing it. Okay, so there's been a lot of great stuff happening. Okay. Now, what I'm going to go over is I'm going to go over a couple of things here. Okay. And I'm going to go over potentially what might be known as, or what people are talking about, the recession, right? So people are saying, hey, is there a potential recession on the rise? There might be and there might not be. All right, the headline was just there, but let me actually break down, if there is one, what would happen and the likelihood of one happening right now. Because I've been talking about it for a pretty long time. Let's talk about the likelihood of this happening here, okay? So let's look at Dixie first. Well, first let's look at news here. I was going over this analysis yesterday with students here. This is going to be obviously Wednesday's news. Today was actually a lot more bullish than expected, which is great, obviously, for what? For the economy, right? Overall, we had very positive news today. What was it that had everything drop? Okay. Well, the biggest thing that we need to take a look at is there's a couple things that had the market drop today. Okay, the first thing is Trump is obviously preparing more tariffs. Iran also bombed Kuwait, which basically, you know, we were told that the war was over, right? And NFP numbers this week, if they come out the way they come out, I think that we're going to see a top on SPX for this month, for sure. Okay? So let's go over all of that together here so we can see all the evidence here aligning with one another. And then we'll go from there, all right, guys? So let's talk about the first thing here. First thing I'm taking a look at is, let's take a look at this here. All right, let's take a look at first Dixie. We'll take a look at what's going on with the tariffs here. And then we'll take a look at what's happening, okay? Not just with Iran, or like, you know, because obviously the Iran stuff is pretty bad, right? But the tariffs are really the worst thing. Okay. Let me look at this here. Yeah, there's still... So let's take a look at this here as this is happening right now. Let me exit some stuff out, guys. Way too many things open here. Alright, Iran just bombed Kuwait's airport. Kuwait is close to declaring war over this, okay?
They bombed Kuwait's airport today. Those strikes are confirmed to have killed 1 civilian, injured 63 more, with 7 of those being life-threatening injuries. It's the biggest Iranian attack on civilians we've ever seen. The emergency services said, quote, the injured included civilians, airport employees and travelers. He said, quote,
So this was like a big thing. Another thing that the market is fearing right now is tariffs. Okay, this is like a big news event here. Tariffs are coming back. Okay. U.S. cities forced labor concerns as grounds for new tariffs, right? A lot more tariffs, which are going to essentially go into the consumer, right? He's just trying to keep the U.S. alive with these tariffs, to be honest. The big fear here that we have to really worry about is what? So we have tariffs here. We have Iran's randomly hitting us again, so we might go back to war. And then what else do we have? We also have, okay, NFP this week. And this week specifically, it's not looking too good. Okay. This week is not looking so good. Okay, so let's go back here. I'm going into the headlines right now, guys. I don't understand why when I stream, I'm having issues here. It's probably because I have way too many things open right now. Okay.
A lot of attention. President confirmed that he said you're effing crazy. How did you react to that? What really happened in that call?
Well, I'm not going to get into details of our conversations. We've had thousands, well, a lot of them. And if you think this is a crisis, you should be in some other conversations. But we've always found a way. We have so many agreements. We agree on the main things. We want to get Iran, the nuclear program in Iran, finished. We want to make sure that Iran doesn't pose a threat to Israel, to the Middle East, to America, that it doesn't develop nuclear weapons and the means to deliver them, not only to Israel and to every capital in Europe, but to every city in the United States. That's our common goal. That's what we set out to do. And to expand the circle of peace, as the President and I did in the Abraham Accords together. So we have common goals. Sometimes we have, as in the best of families, you have these tactical disagreements. We always find a way to work them out. And we do so as great friends. We can disagree in the morning, and by the afternoon we have we're common action.
So I was going to say,
I love how funny he is. He's like, yeah, you know, we're like best friends. We disagree in the morning and then we come back together in the afternoon. That is not what happened. The downplay and gaslighting is insane. You have another break of structure here. Solid break, which means what? Why is this not? Why is the break of structure just disappeared? Why is it not here? Ugh. BOS. Yeah, you're probably going to see a downturn come a little bit lower here. Then fill and extend to the upside here. You need to get that fill, especially here. That gap needs to come back. Too much price discrepancy here. That's 1.27. So yeah, we'll probably have markets come back up. NFP might take us to here or the 99.35. So close to mitigating fully, so. Oh my god, guys. I'm over here sneezing and stuff. All good, fam. Okay, so why I have allergies today. SPS is breaking everything here. This is what I'm seeing. Right now, it hasn't broken any structure, so technically this is actually more of a buy than anything. But I'm not going to buy it. I'm not even going to send out a signal. But if this area to respect here gets broken, or we have a close on anything on the four-hour and above, we're gonna head to this low, probably lower down here and come back to at least like May 20 levels, which is ideal. A 1 to 2% drop, nothing crazy here. But today, seeing a drop this dramatic here is nothing too uncommon, you know? The one thing is Dixie's still on this parabolic run to the upside here. So can we hit numbers that were in March? And then eventually, look at this. I want to zoom out here to show you guys what Dixie might come back to. Once Dixie breaks this, we're looking at May 2025 and March 2025 level, which would be bad. Which would be really bad eventually. So let's look at what I'm talking about here today. Tomorrow morning, I'll check this out. If it breaks, we'll sell. If it holds here, then I'll send out a signal to buy. Tomorrow. Even with like US 30, NOS, kind of the same thing, right? The one difference is with US 30 and NOS, we're already seeing breaks of structure. You see that? Normally it gives us a good indication of what market downturn already coming, right? So we should see some sort of market downturn already on its way, for sure. Right? Now let's look at NOS here as well. NOS is actually coming to a buying zone that I talked about. The one thing I'm just worried about is, my opinion here, I think this is a good actual buying zone here. But notice that the impulse moves here have gotten smaller, 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 smaller. I'm just waiting for the opportunity, and I've been waiting for this for a long time. for the 4-hour and 8-hour area to close and break here. If we get a BOS here, we could start seeing some massive downturn. And we could start seeing some for sure shorts that we're going to cash in on. Okay? Even Russell here, same thing, right? Buying zone. Russell actually looks like it's turning around. Huh. It might shoot up. It might just skyrocket from here. All-time highs like these are unsustainable, especially for Russell. Did reject the 1.62 area. Usually if there's a rejection of the 1.62, if it breaks that 1.4, we'll go here. If it breaks that, we're coming down here. And if it breaks this here, then we're for sure coming all the way back here. That alone would be like a what? 5% drop? 12% drop? Not necessarily a recessionary move, but it could happen in the long term here. Okay, cool. Futures is going to give us a better idea. Well, actually, with futures, it broke. Did it break? It's above the 1 point. Wow. Did it close above or below? Looked like it just closed above. Trying to get the most accurate data possible here. Wow. It didn't. That's why you have such a huge sell-off here on the daily. Interesting. We should see. We will see, guys. We will see. But I'm looking for breaks of structure first on the lower time frames here, 4-hour. Then any type of short position. If not, I'm going to be still buying. But I think we're nearing a top. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I think we're nearing a huge top. There's way too many fundamental indicators that are telling us that we're not nearing the top. And NFP this month, if NFP comes out negative, guys, this is for sure a sell-off. Okay? Did we mitigate the orders that I talked about or no? We might mitigate. If the VIX here hits this low, it would force this to run. Like if it fully mitigates and it doesn't close below here. Well, it did close, so technically this thing should go a little bit lower. Which should mean obviously data and order flow for SPX would move to the upside here. Yeah, I'm looking at this too. You see that? Boom. For the 10-year yields. Yeah, it's getting ready to create more highs here. Bonds are gonna drop. Why would bonds drop unless money's moving into Dixie? Money is moving into Dixie. Would money be leaving the bond market for safety is my question. Is the bond market not safe? Want to see some real effery? Look at that. Order block here. Rally. Breaks of structure. Obviously with the war, higher high, higher low. BOS. This thing is so like lopsided. One day it breaks structure downward. It looks like the war is over. The next day, bang, breaks of structure. Iran says, hey, we are gonna continue. We're gonna bomb Kuwait, you know? Interesting. Very, very interesting in terms of timing. Okay. Problem is the timing. Let's look at gold here. I'm still in sells. Still in sells here. Probably gonna close below this indecisional zone. If we close below this indecisional zone, price is going to move lower, below the order block, and come here. 1.31 and 4.321. Will it happen? Not entirely sure. Right now, there's a bunch of mitigations happening, and it's creating lower lows, so it looks like it is going to. It just mitigated again. So it looks like it's going to move lower. I'm going to stick to my gold, to my buys here. I mean, to my sells. Also gonna look at my BTC sells here. Sheesh. Whoever's in BTC buys looks like an idiot right now. Yep, they look stupid. Being in BTC buys right now, you gotta be dumb, man. BTC is always a high risk asset, so it follows other pairs. Because it's so high risk. So what it means is that if we see, it'll usually tell us when something big is going to happen, because usual institutional high risk, usually high risk gets hit the most and hit the worst. Yeah, that thing is down the drain right now. Sheesh. How low can we go? I think we'll come down here. For all of crypto, I see another 20% drop for sure. Nothing's holding price. So 20% will probably wick a good 27% drop. So BTC. Yeah, 49K, 50K might be the most. I got it actually here. Another 35%, but hey, who knows? That could definitely happen. Okay. Let me work something out here. That's interesting. You see that? Distribution, impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse. Reaccumulation here. Next cycle starts. Yeah, Bitcoin's dead. Crypto's done right now. Let's see what else is popping off here. USD CAD. Wow, look at that incredible buy, guys. Sheesh. I wonder who called those buys, man. Whoever that guy is. He's good. Sometimes he's trash. But sometimes he's good. Kidding. Yeah, we're gonna probably mitigate this zone here. It looks like we're almost there. We're gonna pull back here, guys. Let's see, probably to this order block here. That's what I'd look at the next buy. If not, we'll probably get a bigger pullback to all of this zone here. I don't even really want to. The thing about GU is like, let's take a look at all the macros here. And you know what? Honestly, I didn't even take a look at this here. You can tell I'm like a little tired, guys. 100 buy. You know they're lying when they're saying that they're gonna hike rates at the end of the year. See, with gas still this high, I told you guys we're fucked. We got 1 million barrels left, or 30 barrels left or something. How many barrels does the US have left? Strategic Petroleum Reserve.